Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Madimranti Harunisa. I would like to explain about the summary that I made about two non-fiction articles. The first article entitled Happily Ever After, or What Fairy Tales Teach Girls About Being Women. This article is written by Alice Neikirk. This article analyzes about fairy tales and its impacts for children to the roles of male and female. Next is fairy tales and the impacts. The first is about gender roles. The fairy tales often depicts the life of women in the story as a good princess, waiting for the prince to appear and take control of her destiny. In many ways, some of the popular story can be interpreted as elaborate beauty contests, emphasizing the message that a woman's youthful appearance, especially when paired with the appropriately meek demeanor, is her most important asset. The next is about women are also seen by her beauty. It's related with a patriarchal society. During the 1980s, women have the right to control their reproductive health, pursue education in the force, and seek employment options. But in this era, there is a trend which focuses on female attractiveness intensified. Based on this, fairy tales are being used as a source and a facade of powerful self-mirroring image affirming the existing value system. It makes beauty become the arbitrary to a certain degree, making it less tangible and more elusive achievement than a prestigious job or successful business. The next is about the impacts of movie. It is the impacts beside fairy tales, but the movie is still related with fairy tales. This article explained that the impacts of movie that males control their own destinies while women wait for a male to control hers. These effects of fairy tales on the perspective of children are remarkable. The roles of males and females that fairy tales prescribe are formative in a child's sense of being. Also, the influence of movies shows that the conception that males control their destinies while women wait for males to control hers is still being perpetuated. The last is about conclusion. In conclusion, fairy tales change and evolve depending on biases of the interpreter. The themes in fairy tales that reward female submissiveness and place an emphasis on beauty remain influential long after the fairy tale is over. The next article entitled Racial and Gender Implication in African Female Literature, an Afrocentric feminist reading of Emeseta's Second-Class Citizen. This article is written by Dr. Kalubali Abu Bakar Siddiq and Dr. Maga Abida Abu Bakrin. As we know, Buddhist Emeseta is a Nigerian novelist who is highly important in African female literature. One of her novels is Second Class Citizen, and the study will analyze her novel about racial and gender implication that is written in this novel. The first is the concern in the novel. First concern is about the courteous to elucidate color skin. The implication of the foregoing is that the meaning of race is generally associated with the ideological conception and perception of blackness and whiteness. And the second is the concern with the race. It has been the subject and object of many debates for many years. Even it is now culminating in some Western scholars defining and categorizing human beings into different groups on the basis of the color of their skin. And the next concern is about gender. Normally, men are powerful than women. Women also need to work at home and they cannot do what they want to do. The next is about the author's perspective in the novel. The author criticized all of these problems with this novel. She proved that white people are just like blacks, and she comprehends the preconceived idea that she has had about the superiority of the white race over the black one end up to be unfounded. Also, the main character in this novel shows that women are useful in society and complementary with men. They can always help in family. Women should not be regarded as inferior and useless in African society or seen as mere means of solving one's financial difficulties. The last is conclusion. In conclusion, it can be uttered even it's hard to be a woman and has different skin color in different English social phrases. The main character never abandons the struggle for her social ascension in such a foreign place. I think that's all about my explanation about the summary that I wrote about these two articles. I'm sorry if there were mistakes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.